If you only pay the minimum on your credit card, you're doing exactly what the system wants you to do. Not defaulting, not escaping, just paying, month after month. That small number on your statement isn't there to help you get out. It's there to make sure you stay profitable. Every month, your statement shows your balance, your minimum payment, your due date. The smallest number feels like the safe choice. Pay this and you're fine, but read it carefully. It doesn't say, amount required to eliminate debt. It says, minimum due. That word matters. Minimum keeps the account current, not clear. Minimum payments are usually calculated as a small percentage of your balance, often around 1 to 3%, plus interest plus fees. Let's say you owe $5,000 at 24% APR. Interest alone could be around $100 in the first month. If your minimum is $125, only $25 actually reduces your debt. You paid, you complied, but the balance barely moved. That's not progress, that's maintenance. And here's where it gets worse. Interest compounds daily, not monthly, daily, which means even if you pay on time every month, the interest calculation never pauses. It keeps building in the background, silently. Now imagine this. At 24% APR, your effective yearly cost isn't just 24%, because interest is charged on interest. If you carry $5,000 for a full year and only make minimum payments, you could pay over $1,000 in interest without eliminating the balance. Not because the rate is illegal, not because the math is hidden, but because the payment structure is designed to stretch time. And time is what makes interest powerful. If you paid $400 instead of $125, the payoff timeline collapses. Years turn into months. Interest drops dramatically. Same debt, same rate, different strategy. Minimum payments don't just slow you down, they change the entire geometry of repayment. Here's the mechanism most people never calculate. Minimum payments shrink as your balance shrinks, because they're percentage-based. So as you slowly reduce the debt, the required payment gets smaller, which slows your payoff even more. You feel consistent, but mathematically you're decelerating. Interest doesn't need chaos, it needs time. And minimum payments maximize time. Banks don't want you to default. Defaults are expensive, but they also don't want you paying in full every month. Customers who pay in full generate little interest. The ideal customer is a revolver, pays on time, carries a balance, accumulates interest. Minimum payments are calibrated to keep revolvers revolving. Not desperate, not debt-free, just stable. There's a reason the minimum is highlighted on your statement. It becomes the anchor, even if you can afford $400. If the statement says $125 is minimum due, your brain reframes the decision, how little can I pay and stay safe? Instead of, how fast can I eliminate this? That shift changes everything. Debt stops feeling urgent. It becomes manageable. And manageable debt is the most profitable kind. Now think long-term. If you only pay the minimum on a high-interest balance, you could spend years paying mostly interest. Years. Not because you're reckless, but because the payment structure stretches the timeline. It protects the account. It protects your credit score. It protects the revenue stream. The minimum is not a payoff plan, it's a stability plan. Minimum payments do three things: prevent delinquency, protect your credit report, keep interest flowing. That's it. They are not optimized for speed. They are optimized for survival. If you follow only the minimum, you're not fighting the system. You're following it. The trap isn't that you can't pay more. The trap is that the system tells you you don't have to. And most people listen, because minimum feels safe. But safe is not the same as free.